Where's Wolf? So, here we go. Ito na yung pinakakaintay natin for tonight. All the way from Los Angeles, California. You know, ina-introduce ko ang melodies. Here we go.
Hello.
Oh, wow. How's
Hey
everyone?
people, hello world.
Hey, everybody. Kumusta
Good,
Kamusta?
Canada?
good.
Canada is like warm, cold. We don't know the weather right now, like getting hot, sometimes getting cold. So sometimes like four
It's
seasons in a day. So
But is it
kamusta po
climate
supposed to
ang
change,
be
man.
your
kamusta
is it
ano
supposed to be
sa
your summer
California right now?
season?
Malamig.
Probably same as there, pero mostly gloomy nowadays.
Wow. I think Robin is in Chicago right now.
Well, I'm in LA. I'm in LA.
LA. Okay.
We're
So
all in LA.
how's melodies right now? Like, I just want to ask this question because I'm really curious of it. Melodies, the melodies. Like, did you get this name from your name, Melody?
Yes.
You
Robin,
know
it's
what?
Robin's fault.
Yes.
You
That's
know,
really it.
yeah.
Sinong nakaisip nito?
Oh,
Robin,
the Robins.
Robin, the
Oh,
Robins.
This guy. Oh, where?
oh no,
Oh,
on
I'm
the
not.
other
There,
I'm
side.
that
not.
guy.
Oh, there.
This guy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a nice name.
Yeah.
It's a nice name. But see, when I named it, I was thinking of a particular genre. That's totally not the genre we do.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
like we
We're
have
it's
different kind of genres, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Si Wolf for sure, like heavy metal. And then I think blues for Robin. Then
That's a good
alternative.
answer.
Was that?
That's a good answer. Some people
Yes.
say ballad, and I'm like, oh, they don't even know me.
Blues, I think mayroon tayong Wikipedia nabasa. And then
Oh God, I gotta change that.
I kind
I
of
didn't
like
even make that.
made a research for a bit at least.
You're fine. It's
Well,
correct. It's correct.
well, since you have a reason now to listen to his music, you go check out Nievera. So
Yeah,
Right.
yun.
it's
Also,
not,
Nievera
it,
music.
also not blues.
yeah, it's not blues.
It's not blues.
Definitely.
It's not
It's
blues.
pink. It's pink and teal.
Fuchsia, you know.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
Like my next question is like how you guys like meet? Matagal na ba
I'll answer
tayong
that.
nagkakilala?
I'll
You
answer
answer
Uh,
that.
that. So
Go.
it's just a from a long story short, we met through the connection of our former bass player, and then got us all hooked up, and then that's basically how we were formed, and how the music started.
oh wow. And then you formed the band like last 2019. I think after
Yeah,
2019
uh,
pandemic, how was it?
yeah. So it was like an unofficial. So 2019 was really more of the start date, but because of the pandemic, then we had to stop, obviously. But officially, we started and regrouped July of 2021. That's
Mm.
when we reconvened back to music, and then we just kept moving and going. And then last year is when we started recording our album.
Mm. But you just released like two singles for now.
Yeah.
Yung Laman, then Running.
Yep,
So,
and we're scheduled to release another single this Friday. We have two singles coming out this month.
mm, wow. Then how you describe your like music as a melodies, right?
Who's gonna answer
Kasi
that?
nabasa ko sa website like launch punk, which is not like an ordinary for me. Launch punk.
Yeah,
Uh,
lounge punk. Well, I mean, lounge punk is like it's a tongue-in-cheek description. You know, it's like
Yeah, we
because
made
of
that up, by the way.
yeah, it's nothing. It's not a serious genre. You know, we're still a rock band. You know, just like every other band that plays loud music with electric guitars. You know, um, so the distinction just comes from our individuality, our individuality as players, as musicians who have been playing for a very long time. Um, so each of us brings a different thing to the mix. Like
Yes.
you said, I'm from a hard rock metal background, but the I'm not the person that just listens to metal all the time. I listen
Yes.
to all kinds of music, from metal to reggae to classical music to the Franciscan monks. It's if music is music for me. So working with these two who have very distinct styles of their own, with Sugar Hiccup and then with Nievera and his solo stuff. It's very different from
Yes.
all like my stuff from Wolfgang and the Sugar Hiccup and the Nievera stuff. It's totally different from each other, but somehow this union is working very well because I think it also, uh, you know, it's a fact that all three of us are very musically inclined and very open about music. We're not just sticking to one genre. And you know, my favorite band is Metallica, but I'm not wearing. I'm wearing an orange top.
Oh
I'm
yes.
not. I'm not. I'm not like that all the time. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I remember listening to this song, Numeric Sampler 502. Then that's how I met this sound from Sugar Hiccup. May nagpapahay pala, melody, si Andy ng Feet Like Fins.
Oh,
If
hey,
you remember him.
Andy! Is he here?
Right now
Is he
he's
here?
sorry?
Is he here online? I
is he
mean,
No,
watching.
listening?
he went back home sa Pilipinas,
Okay.
may mga gigs siya ngayon doon sa Pilipinas.
Oh, I know Andy. Feet like ba? Ang gig niya doon. Sorry, we
Yes.
digress.
I think,
Anyway, say hi.
nagbuo ng new band, XGF. So, yeah,
Okay.
so he told
All right.
me before leaving, he said like, "Say hi." Yan,
Okay.
so
Hi.
yun, narinig ko yun. And then I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the first time I heard, "Someday."
Yeah.
So, I think you didn't release that song from the Sugar Hiccup album, right?
No, that was just for the numeric sampler 502, and it's just one. It's just that single that didn't make
Oh, okay.
the albums because Barn and Trust made it in another album. So
Okay.
Those
Oh,
things, those compilation releases, those were mandatory for the bands of that era because that
right.
that was like the standard operating procedure of the record companies of the Philippines in that time. So they would they would sign so many artists and then put one song per artist in that alphanumeric whatever. We had our own in Ivory Records. So it's like a sampler, right? And then they sell that and then they see which band in that list
Yeah.
gets popular and
Yep.
then they sign that band with an
Yeah.
oh,
It's
okay.
like
actual.
it's like a
Yeah,
testing ground. It's like an initiation.
yeah, it's like yeah, exactly, it's like an audition. But
Mm-hmm.
but what's good about it is that you get your at least one song recorded even if you don't get picked. You have one. And there are a lot of songs from that Pinoy rock era that I like that are on compilations and the bands never, they
Yeah.
never got signed. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. It's a good thing too.
Regarding about like signing labels, like how do you compare right now from the old parties to this new generation? Like, kasi ngayon masyadong explore na, expose na lahat eh. And then before, like no social medias, that parang bulag ang music industry to know this kind of band. Right now, like you can expose yourself at anywhere at any time. Then releasing a song, just plug into Spotify. But for like, ang hirap eh.
No,
So
before you had to get your song on the radio. That's all it was. The bands whose music are still being played on the radio now, that music got played on the radio back then, and to the whole country, not just
yes,
Manila. That was the great thing about it, especially NU 107.
yes,
By the time of the mid 90s, they already had four stations in all region, in all like Luzon, Visayas. They had two in where did they have the Luzon, Cebu, Davao. They had three. So they had Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So if you got your song on NU, the whole country would hear it. So so it's I mean it's not like that anymore, because no one listens to the radio anymore. They
for
listen to
sure. And then
Spotify.
also yung I think like mix MTVs, like even the first one is song hits, right? Song hits lang, yun lang ang news and updates from us
Jingle
listeners.
Magazine, pare.
Yeah, mga magazines too.
Yeah,
No,
classic.
no, no. No, Jingle Magazine. Jingle Magazine.
Yes. And
Nabutan mo
then
ba yan? Jingle Magazine?
no, I think
How old are
bumibili
you?
No.
lang ako ng hits sa ano sa mga store.
How old are
Then
you,
that's the
Vince?
time like I'm reading this news and updates from you guys, and
So
then
anyway, the original song hits is Jingle Magazine.
oh wow,
Yeah,
okay,
dude, they're the one. Yeah, because that's how, especially the era of the 70s. That's how they. Because it's a chord book,
Yeah,
like
it's a
song
chord
hit.
book.
It's exactly like song hits, but
It's not
but
at
it's much cooler because the people who were running it were actual journalists. They were actual writers. So you had the chords of Beatles songs or whatever was popular at the time, and then you had articles, like really small, short
yes,
articles. Like a fanzine kind of thing. So
and
that
then
that was really
then
cool.
then after that yung sa mix, I think Robin won the search for VJ for mix. Is that the first time they did that contest, Robin? And you won that part. And I think that's the start of your career too, as a professional in the music production.
Rob.
Oops, I think we lost Rob.
Yeah, bad signal yan.
Ah, before I'm gonna go to my next question, babalikan na lang natin si Rob. I think we lost him.
Yeah.
Siyempre, I asked that because I think most songs from Sugar Hiccups are English songs or French. Is that French?
No, no, it's English. And then some are just made up words that I came up with.
And then right now you release a song called Laman. Is this your first Tagalog song melody?
Even with my previous bands, even Sugar Hiccup and Stella's Notch, when I had bands here in the US before the Mellow Dees, it was such a struggle for me to write a Tagalog song. So Laman came out just naturally, and so when I finished it, like I came up with the lyrics, the verse, the chords, like let's say in 4 hours, tapos na yung whole song. I was so accomplished. I felt so excited kasi sabi ko, oh my God, I just finished my first Tagalog song, and I knew then that it's a great song. I knew in my heart that it's a great song, and then I need this to be recorded somehow. I wrote this song back in April of 2019.
Oh wow.
So very happy ako nung nasulat ko yon one Sunday morning. Kaya now it's a real, song, recorded song, and it came out really, really well. Kaya I'm really happy about that song. My first Tagalog
Uh,
song.
you made also the music, right? Yung ano niya para siyang reggae
That's Wolf's
Philippine
idea.
folk song, something like
So
that.
so so when I wrote the song, it has the melody and the structure, the basic structure and the lyrics. But then when I met with the band now with Wolf and Rob, so Wolf's idea was to make it sound like Led Zeppelin. Wolf, do you want to talk about that when you first heard of the
Yeah,
song?
yeah. Because the way she's strumming the guitar is very reggae-ish. It's not exactly pure reggae, but the feel is reggae. So when she showed it to me on her acoustic guitar, it's like right away. There's a song by Led Zeppelin called Jamaica. I'm not sure if you
Mm.
know it, but you should look it up after this. And right away it's like we have to play it like that, like Jamaica, um because that's how I play drums. So I don't know how to play reggae style drums.
Oh,
That is one of the most difficult drum styles to play. It seems easy, it looks easy, but the drummers that are really good make it look easy, but in actuality it is one of the hardest things to play as a drummer. um so yeah, so once I heard the song, it's like instant right away. I knew what it was going to sound like, and yeah, it was exciting. Yeah, and I didn't even realize that was her first Tagalog song. I mean, it's like, what, that's your first? Holy shit, write some more
I know.
please.
Pero
you know
yung mga lyrics niya sounds like some of it like naughty-ish siya, no? So parang
Yeah.
yung
Well, the
laman.
word that I use is provocative.
Yes.
It's
But
very
there's a lot of like meaning of it, something like that.
well. That's why
Yung
that's how provocative it is. It's like it depends on the person how they view it. Like
yes.
if the person's conservative, she'll be like, "Ay, bastos naman yan." But if
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
the person doesn't mind, or is just a normal person, it's like, "Hey,
Or
I
open-minded.
or open
Yes.
minded." They're like, "Oh, I know what she's talking about." And
Mm.
then like that.
I
But
really
but the
like
thing
the
is, but the important thing is, conservative or open minded, they all know what she's talking about.
yes,
Yeah.
for
What am
sure.
I talking about?
Yeah, yeah. We all know
Sa
what
mga
she's
ano
talking
diyan,
about.
sa mga kung mga ano-anong iniisip niyo diyan. No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not.
Ano mga iniisip nyo? Tama kayo.
and what
Ah,
and and what
I
I like
really like
about
the part when lumabas na yung pagka-angelic voice ni Melody dun
yeah
sa bridge.
Okay. Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So, yung part na yun, nawala na yung pagka-reggae niya. It sounded like at least
it's
nag-heighten.
yeah in that
Nievera
part
joined.
in that part I wanted it to sound like Robin's back. I
Yes.
wanted it to sound like Queen, and
Oh.
I think we got it, because it sounds like like
Yeah,
bombast.
I
Because the only way for a band to match that voice is to be you know
remember
you
watching
got
Paco's podcast with you, Wolf. You
mm.
said when you watch those bands, especially Queen, first time I think doon ka na nag-start na gano na gusto
Oh
mag-drums
yeah,
or
yeah,
you wanted to
yeah,
be
yeah.
there. You
No,
said.
yeah. That was um, the Live Aid, the festival,
Mhm.
1980, 1985. Yeah, that's the set of Queen at Live Aid, which is immortalized in the movie of Freddie Mercury.
Yes.
The first scene. I saw that live on TV. They showed it in the
Mm.
Philippines, the whole thing, from beginning to end, both concerts. It was amazing,
Yeah.
and that's what made me want to become, a rock and roller. Even
Yes.
though, even though I didn't know how I was gonna do it, because I was too young. I was 14 when I saw that. So when you're 14, it's like, how am I gonna do that? I don't have any instruments. My parents are not
Yeah.
buying me anything.
I remember
So,
you said you bought a like long pen.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Back in the 80s, they sold those long
Is
ballpoint
it
pens.
haba haba?
Haba
Haba
haba,
haba.
haba haba,
I
Haba
remember.
haba haba,
haba.
haba
Haba
haba.
haba.
Kasi footlong yun eh. Ballpen na footlong.
Yes. Oh, I remember
Oh
those.
my god, those, they should bring those back, because such a trip, man. That was such a trip. It's a ball
Naabutan
pen.
ko
Pinapapalo
ba
ng
yun?
mga teachers namin.
It's a ball pen pero foot long.
Oh
So
Yeah.
wow.
you're so if imagine the whole class, if there's like 40 students in a class, everyone has that long pen and they're writing with it. The whole look that
It's
Oh
how
wow.
weird it looks.
ridiculous.
So anyway, I used
Yeah.
those. I used one of those because I only had one as a
I
drumstick.
think they created that for you,
Yeah,
Wolf, para
yeah,
matuto ka mag-drums.
really, talaga. I mean, and I only had one. Kasi
Yes.
kung hihingi pa nung, ma'am, can I have another long ball pen? Meron ka na eh. You know?
Yeah.
So isa lang. And then it would always, how do you say that? It would always blotch yung tumatay yung ball pen. Di ba?
Yes.
When you shake the ball pen, the ink will loosen up and blotch your hand. So yeah, that was
Is
funny.
Robin back? Rob, are you here?
I think
We
he's
can't
back,
see you.
but we can't. Can you see him?
I think
No.
I think the signal is bad there in Koreatown. He's in Koreatown now.
Mm. I
Oh.
think he's
So
going to an event right
yeah,
now.
it's probably a
Pero
bad
yeah, it's
signal.
okay.
No, he's gone again.
He'll just
Yeah.
come
So
back when he's
uh, so having this Laman song, like what can you say about this song comparing to the other like songs right now? It's I know it's like just catchy, melodic. Siyempre nandun pa yung background ni melody being Sugar Hiccup. But it's really different for me kasi masyadong and then Tagalog. I heard your songs before going in this interview, like the whole songs from Sugar Hiccup in Spotify, like English, then tamang melodic songs lang. Then right now, Laman songs like parang is there a different identity from your previous at least band or
Identity. Well, I definitely sing differently this time with this band, and indeed, I'm not trying to incorporate Sugar Hiccup sound in this band because we're not that band, and even Wolf, coming from a heavy metal band like Wolfgang, you probably would hear bits and pieces of how he plays drums in that band, but this is not something that we were trying to sound like our previous bands, diba?
yeah, yeah,
So definitely this is a like a fusion, like what Wolf said earlier, yung different backgrounds namin individually as musicians, ito yung result, based on our playing, based on our individual what you call this influences, and then
yes
our music, backgrounds. This is the sound that we came up with. Now, as far as identity, I mean, I'm still Melody, di ba? It's just that this is not. If a Sugar Hiccup fan is expecting this band to sound like Sugar Hiccup, then makinig ka na lang sa Sugar Hiccup because
yeah.
there's no way, di ba? It's not something that we're trying to emulate, nor a Wolfgang song, nor Robin's, blues song or whatever. So definitely this is oh, Robin said, hang on, he messaged me.
Oh, si Melody naman ang
mm.
nadali.
Oh wow yun
I'm here.
Okay.
Robin said that he said that he got a message that he could not join. Can you resend the link, please? Are you able
okay
to resend them?
resending the link
Okay, let me ask.
Mm-mm. The beauty of live.
Nievera joined.
yep
Ayun.
he's here he's back
No, there
There,
you
can you
are.
hear me? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
yes
Yeah.
yes
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Si Melody naman
I
yun
think
nawala.
we
Yeah.
lost you
There you go.
Yeah, we're complete again.
So
yes so
the
yun
last I heard was tumatay ang pen.
so yun
So
But we
wait,
can't see you, Robin. Is your
Robin,
camera
he had
on?
a question for you, Rob, before you
What was
cut
the
off.
question?
yeah I think we're talking about previews from
No,
having
you
an old kind of sa mga news and updates before we have song hits and then MTV's mix, something like that. Then you won the contest of like they're searching for
Yeah,
VJ
I, I
mix,
I won I won
yeah.
one of those ones. One of them. So
And then
back in the day they would have a yearly like contest to pick one guy and one girl new VJ. And the year that I won, there were three winners. So there was a guy, a girl, Jules Savard, what's his last name? I can't say his last name. Um, and then and then um and then they picked me last. So when I won, there was a lot of like controversy because there was a guy who was like in the theater. He was very favored to win. Like he had fans since day one of the contest, and even during the finals where we were in Mall of Asia, and they had this big. There was there was a crowd and everything. He had the most fans from all of us, all the guys, all the girls. He had the
oh
most
wow,
fans. So anyway, they were thinking he was gonna win. I was thinking he was gonna win because even on TV when they show like the number of votes, he was always the most. But he was not the first one picked. They picked Jules as the girl. They picked Todd as the guy. And then we were like, oh, I guess he didn't win. Neither did I, right? And then the boss, Andre, he goes, we have one more winner. And it was the first time we would have three. So so we were like, oh my God, who are they going to pick, right? They said my name, and there were just boos.
Oh my
Oh
They
god.
booed
no.
because
Oh
they were like, of
no
man.
course he
way.
would win. Of course Robin would win
Oh.
because of my parents, right?
Ayun na
Yeah.
So
nga. Oh my
so
God.
anyway, a week later, we have a press conference with the three winners and our boss Andre, and this one girl, this I mean they were asking questions or whatever, and this one girl in the press, I'll never forget her face. I don't know her name, but her face. She gets up and she goes, "This question is for Robin." And I go, I just the tone. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear it. And
Oh.
she goes, how do you feel that you won only because your parents are Martin and Pops? And
Tang
I
ina.
was like, oh. And my boss was like,
Oh shit.
my boss was like,
That's brutal.
he goes,
Brutal
what do you want me
naman
to
yun.
say? I said, I got it. I didn't let him speak. So honest to God, I don't remember what I said. But this is the truth. After what I said, the other people who because it got really quiet after she asked that question. There was no more laughing. There was nothing. It was quiet. But after what I said, the other press people started laughing, and they stood up and they applauded. I don't know what I said, but that girl, she got really quiet,
Nako.
really fast, and I was like, "Yeah, don't mess with this one."
Shit, what did you say, pare? That you're
I
gonna
Oo
don't,
nga,
standing
baka
man.
kalimutan
ovation?
mo na naman,
It was
Robin. Ano
so
ba
Oh.
I
yan?
wasn't I know that I wasn't bastos because that
Of
was
course,
not the
you're
right
not that
answer to
kind
be
of person.
bastos. But
No, you're not.
what I said was I don't know what made me win, but and on the terms of like but as far as I know, sounds like I'm better than the guy that you were going for.
Oh my
Something
god.
like that. I don't know what it
Dude,
was. I don't know what
Robin,
it
is
was.
your camera on? I can't see you. Can
I
you guys
I
see him?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
see.
yeah.
you can see.
Oh,
Yeah.
never
It's
mind.
just my
Okay.
signal,
Anyway,
dude. I have to
that's
find
okay.
a
That's
place
okay.
with signal, so I stopped this
But
leasing
that's
building.
hilarious. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
she should have just
So
walked out.
she should have. I mean, she should have the right to ask that. I mean, I would have if that was me and I saw some famous kid get win. I would have been like, maybe the money's. But that just shows she didn't watch the show. Like they from all of that, Andre kept me on board a little longer than most because he renewed me once, and the reason why he renewed me was because he goes, "You're the most different VJ we've ever had." I couldn't speak Tagalog very well, but I met. I mean, I didn't meet you two, but I met every Filipino band, singer, producer. That was the time I met everybody because everyone was on my show, or I would go to all these concerts and
Yeah,
shows
because
and
yeah.
talk to them.
You're
And for me, that was such a good step for me to just get your foot in the door and not be like that's the kid of Martin and Pops. It was more of like, okay, now I'm one of you. Like
yeah.
let's all do this
Yeah,
together.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So until this day, I'm
yeah.
friends with a lot of them. But with the bands that I didn't like, oh, they had my boss would call me. He'd be like, "I know what you did, and I know that no one understood what you did, but don't do it."
No. At least,
Oh my God.
saying that your siyempre, father mo and your mom are like queen and king of
Yeah,
like concert queen, concert
it's
king.
it's just a name, you know that, right? They're not really knighted.
Yes. But outside your box, like why you didn't follow the footstep of it instead of
Well,
like playing guitar like rock music?
because when you everyone's different. Wolf said it earlier. He listens to all kinds of music. I listen to all kinds of music, and to just be honest, I just don't like singing ballads. There's nothing wrong with ballads. It's just if I were to sing a ballad and everyone and their mother sings a ballad, why would you listen to me when you can just listen to my dad, when you can
Yeah.
just listen to my grandfather, or you can listen to everybody else that sounds the same? So there's no point of standing out. So, and not even just that. I love rock music. I love blues. I love
Yes.
R&B, and I'm not good at them specifically separately, but I'm good at putting them all together. And that's why
Yes.
when they spoke a while ago at how nice it is that we all have different tastes and different genres, we all came together and we made, what is it, lounge rock,
Yes.
Lounge punk.
Lounge,
lounge
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 punk.
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 I like that. I want to paint a picture of just that lounge punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when
Hey, we
I
made that up, huh?
Yeah, I
We should
like it.
patent that. We should
That should have
patent that
that
for
should have been the
punk
name
Yeah.
of
music.
the album.
O nga, no? Lounge
Lounge
punk.
punk. Oh, okay. I'm
yeah,
down.
when I read the website, the biography of Melodies, yeah, I saw it like launch punk. Wait a second. I need to ask this. Parang ganun
It's nice.
kasi
It's
it's my
nice.
first hearing it, reading it, and then wow. Then because of the songs, the two songs that I heard, then I'm gonna jump on the next song, "Running." See, it's fast. And then I think for melody, is this your first time doing that kind of like? Ito na yun, yung punk, like right? Having this kind of song, like what's the process? Did you write this song?
Inspired, you know, a story that I heard about some kind of domestic abuse, and
Mm.
then the concept of the song basically is running away from from abuse, and then being free from it, uh, starting from being conflicted and now being brave enough to, yeah, I have wounds or whatever, but I'm not nursing them anymore. Those part of the lyrics were in, yeah, I'm gonna fight this. So basically, that's what the song is about. Obviously, when I wrote it, it was just in an acoustic guitar, but it's fast paced. And again, these guys, crafted it in a way that it sounds like it now. Mabilis na siya, and then it's
Uh-oh.
And
Oops.
then it's nice.
And
And
then
then
the
it's like that.
Oh my gosh, nawala si
we
Melody.
lost. Right
But
now we
anyway,
lost.
Yeah, "Running's a cool song. I mean, when I heard it from her, uh, on the acoustic guitar, it's very it's got a very early '80s vibe.
Yes.
You know, like the
melody
new wave
tune.
sound of the early '80s. So that's the feel that I was getting when she was playing it. Oh, she's back. Continue.
Please continue.
That's okay. It's just the first time I've sang something like that. Basically, fast paced and then gritty. And medyo hindi naman galit, mas galit yung next single, which is Sakim. But yeah, this is something that I've never
Wow.
tried before.
I think you're having like a log right now.
Ayun, sorry.
It's cool. It's cool that
Oh
the
man,
out yeah
really?
the outcome of these songs of this debut album. Um, it's like the music is really um really complements the lyrics. and not by design, because we're not really, you know, we're not taking notes. Okay, so so this lyric has to be ganyan, ganyan. It's like, no, it just comes out naturally, and somehow we're lucky that, like, the lyrics of Runnin', I mean, the title of the song is Runnin',
Yes.
so the song is fast paced, even though it's not a heavy song. It's just fast paced and frantic, and the lyrics are of this person uh coming to terms with herself or themselves. Na, okay, I went through this traumatic event, but I'm okay. I have wounds, but they're fine. They'll be scars. They're just reminders, but I'll be fine. I'll move forward. So somehow the music really complements the lyrics, and with the coming songs that are the next singles that are coming out, I mean, it really complements the lyrics. So we're lucky in that sense.
Okay.
Can you
Wow.
guys hear me? I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay. Any additional thoughts, Melody, for that?
No, it's just that these guys know what kind of music they need to input. I mean, I don't ask them or tell them, hey, you should play this way, or make it sound like this, or it should be. It just comes out naturally, so very organic talaga siya. And that's the beauty of this fusion that I was just telling you earlier. Kasi it's so masyado kaming gel together that it just happens. A new song will come out, for example, we'll just jam it, and then magic happens, and then that's it. That's the imprint of the song, and then we'll just make it more polished, craft it, more beautiful, and then basically it's our sound. It's our own individual mark on the song that is the result of the sound of the band.
I think for you guys, because of like from different backgrounds, then syempre iconics, then super groups, they said like you don't need to even like teach Wolf and Robin like how they will create their own
Yeah,
sound for this
yeah,
music.
Yeah,
yeah,
but we do
yeah,
share ideas. We do
yeah,
exchange ideas. It's not like if we feel like something will sound better guitar wise or sound wise, or maybe we'll talk about it after we jam on a song a few times, and then I'll ask Wolf, hey Wolf, do you think we need a break here? Or he will even be the one to say, hey, let's put some kind of playful part here. So we do have that kind of collaboration and sharing ideas to make the songs more dynamic. Um, not really having to say, oh, you should do it this way, or this should sound like this. So it's like, oh, let's try this. Let's see how
yeah,
it sounds.
yeah.
And
And
yes, go ahead.
the goal really is the song, is to make the song sound good and not your ego. It's not about ego. Na it even back in the Wolfgang days, it was never about ego. Na, oh, I have to put my own thing there. It's like, if you don't have any ideas, don't say anything. But if you have an idea, give it to the group. If it works, then it works. So, but comparing it, the songwriting now with this band for me is so much easier, because back in Wolfgang days, we would start from scratch, as in start from -1. No
Mhm.
song, no riff, no nothing, no whatever. And that's very hard to do when you're in a room and you're trying to harness whatever energy is going around to come out with a riff. And then you start off with that. But with this band, it's fun for me because my band members are both songwriters on their own. I'm not a songwriter. I know, uh, I mean, I'm a co-songwriter or whatever. But I can't craft a song on to save my life. But these guys can. Like, it's very natural for them. So they come, like, Melody will come with a song. She'll text me a demo of her on the guitar and like that. And then if it hits me, I already have like the final product in my head. That's how fast I relate to whatever idea she has. So it's easy. it's more fun for me because then she has already like an 85% of the song, and then I all I have to do is listen to it, and then sometimes it's already there, like Laman, like, and all of these songs from this first album, it was already there. You know, we just had to put a bridge here and bagsakan dito and some here, pause there, and make it more interesting, like Melody said. And then there's also one song in the album is actually from Robin, who gave it. He gave it to us. You know, he gave it to the Melodies, and that's the song that opens the album, Restless. So there, I mean, that was bare bones, just music. Melody put her own lyrics, her own melody, and then we put that flavor, that Melody's flavor into it. So it's really cool. It's really cool that I'm experiencing creativity like this at this stage. You know,
Oh wow.
you know,
And
yeah.
I noticed also like you don't have basis. Like, are you like most of the songs that you created, like sessionistas playing in a live event, something like that. So then soon you'll
Yeah,
be
We have.
yeah.
playing with.
Go ahead, Wolf.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. We just want to acknowledge our session bassist, Phil Recto.
Yeah,
He
he's our bass player
yeah.
on our live
So
sessions.
he played on, how many songs are there? Eight songs.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
played seven
he played 7 songs, and Robin played
recorded.
bass on recorded. I mean, and Robin recorded the bass on Laman.
Mhm.
So that's Robin playing bass on Laman,
That was
So
fun.
Aside from
That,
guitars, huh?
that was
aside from
fun.
Yeah.
guitars.
and I keep hearing an album. So you guys are preparing for an album
Who
beside
told you
this new
that?
singles coming up soon. Like,
It's gonna be out in August, mid-August. So after these two singles that come out this month, like I said, one is gonna drop this Friday, and then the other one is gonna drop in 2 weeks. Then the full album is gonna come out mid-August. That's
oh
the
wow.
whole album.
So from previous singles, kasama ba itong mga
Yes,
song? Oh
yes,
wow,
definitely. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
going
Everything
to
we're
be
talking about will be
exciting
there.
kind of release at least. And then, syempre, may mga tours tayo coming up. And then, you'll be coming here soon.
Oh yes.
Pwedeng give the story. Like, who contacted.
Okay, this is fun because out of the blue, Vaughn just sent a message, on Messenger, and a friend of mine, Brian, who is a DJ. He and I'm not really close with him, but he plays Sugar Hiccup music way back years ago from on his online station, I guess. And then he introduced the Mellow Dees, okay, Vaughn, who is the director of
The
this Fiesta
founder.
Extravaganza. Yeah. So anyway, in a thread and Facebook, Brian introduced Vaughn, and then Vaughn, just stepped in and said, "Hi, Melody, blah blah blah. Would you guys be interested? Ganyan ganyan. I'm forming up a." So basically, he just told me about the whole series of shows in Canada for the Fiesta Extravaganza happening this summer. And so I connected with him, and I thanked Brian, obviously, because he was the one who referred the band. And then Vaughn and I got to talking, and then he said, "Okay, I would like to invite you guys. I trust Brian, without even really hearing our songs." I said, "Okay, I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. And I promise you that we'll give you a great show. We'll bring in a great show." So now, fast forward to today, Brian booked us. We're really excited to be there next week. Oh my God, on Saturday, we'll be in Ontario, the 24th. Oh, sorry,
Wow.
sorry, sorry.
When-
Tama
Yeah,
ba?
next
Toronto.
Saturday.
Oo nga, next Saturday na.
Next Saturday.
yes.
It's our first time playing in Canada. I've never been to Canada ever, so it's my first
Wow.
time too. No, no. So this is very exciting for us. And then Vaughn told me, "Ewan ko sana, if this show becomes if we resonate with the Canadian Filipinos out there for this show, then we'll definitely be back in some of the shows in the other cities that are happening. I don't know, maybe not this summer Fiesta Extravaganza, maybe another event, but definitely we're excited to perform. We're gonna rock you guys out, and we promise you you're gonna have an unforgettable experiencing our music.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. I'm excited to to meet you
Are you gonna be
guys.
there? Are you gonna be there?
For sure, I'll be
Right
there.
Yeah.
on.
Kasi, yeah, there's a lot of like events for Festa Extravaganza, not only in one place. Then they
Right.
have like multiple places, like for sure, like different province. They also
Yes.
have in Montreal,
Right.
I think also in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Nice.
So hopefully like soon, pag nandito na kayo, you will meet a lot of like, syempre, Filipino community here. And for
Yeah.
sure,
I actually played there before with my band with Basti, Locomotive.
yes.
Oh no, no, we played there once. No, 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 I didn't play. I played, but I had a drum clinic. Yeah, tagal na.
Mm.
Back, way back,
Mm.
2005, I think 2006, or even earlier. But yeah, I mean, and I went there. Man, I went there. What? I think that was January, so or Feb. So it was still cold. There was still snow on the ground.
Ooh.
Man, and I did that was the I didn't know that you had to wear some kinds of shoes with snow. So I'm from
Like boots.
LA. No, I'm from LA, coming from LA. So I'm wearing Chucks, Chuck Taylors,
Yes.
pare, which is just actually tela with rubber in the bottom. That's what Chuck Taylors are. So man, my feet were frozen the whole time. Is what I'm saying. It's
Uh,
like
my ad,
Yikes.
my advice is like, please bring some two kind of seasonal dress code. Kasi ang Toronto ngayon is like unknown for weather. Sometimes it's like cold, then sometimes like hot.
oh
Is
my
it
So
raining
god.
there? Is it
what's that?
raining? Has it been raining or
No,
just
Yes,
there's
cold?
a no the fire.
yesterday was raining yesterday.
Oh,
Sometimes like
okay.
it has four different seasons in a day.
Oh
Pero
my
ang
goodness.
weather ngayon dito, it's like on and off cold and syempre mainit. Like
Is the
today it's hot.
is the
Yesterday it's like
fire
cold.
is the fire still going on?
I think it's done.
Oh, it's
But
done. Okay.
last Friday, Thursday, like too much. Like you can smell it outside.
Ooh.
You
Yeah.
can smell the so
You're talking to Californians. It's normal here. So
Yes.
so at least 2 days lang dito.
Yeah.
More than three
Days.
days, 4 days,
Yeah.
5 days. Yeah.
no, it was started like maybe Monday, but
Okay.
hindi yung Thursday ang pinaka severe. They said it's
Yeah.
like 9. So we don't 1 to 10 and then they rate it 9. So oops, we got like
Yeah.
anxious. We just
Damn.
smell a bit of something like kailangan ng ano like COVID thoughts na nangyayari. So yun. And then for new album, what can we expect for that? Can you please give us like a bit of like
Robin.
ideas, please?
Robin, you go.
There you
What can they
go.
expect? You're on mute.
Oops,
You're on mute. No, you're on
we
mute.
can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear him. Ano ba yan?
It's the
I think he's using his own data. Yes.
Nothing.
it's
Ah!
the beauty of live.
No, so okay, we can jump to a different question.
Well,
No, we
just
can get.
expect yeah, it's just a mixture of a lot of emotions, different songs, definitely different feels. So the whole album in itself is like a storyline from the beginning of the song all the way to the end. The reason that the songs were, in that order is because there's a story to it, and you're just gonna be prepared for like a, like 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 you call it, like a roller coaster ride, basically.
Yeah. And the story was not even intentional, I think.
Hmm.
It just so happens that they have something in common. When you read the lyrics, you
I think,
can.
sorry, I think Robin needs to like go out and come back. Kasi nagkaroon ng ano, technical
There you
issues.
go. Yeah, just reset.
And like, yeah, I think Andy messaged me right now. Said like, hmm. He's watching from Philippines, all the way from Philippines.
Hi, Andy. Kamusta na?
I think he had a gig last night. Masyadong busy.
Okay. I didn't know that he moved back to the Philippines.
Ano, for only like vacation and then planning
Oh,
to have
okay.
like gigs.
Pero babalik din siya sa Canada.
Unfortunately, when I told him you'll be coming here, and then Melody that, wow, shoots, I'm going home. Hindi ko sila
Oh, too bad.
makakasama.
Okay. That's
Right.
fine. They
Yeah.
hopefully bumalik kami dyan, pero baka hindi na sa Ontario. We'll see what Von can do.
Yes, for sure. For sure yan. Mayayanig ang Toronto.
Yeah, we're
And,
very excited. So
Yeah,
because,
that's what
kami.
Oh,
sorry, Wolf.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we're
Uh,
just saying, yeah, go ahead.
yung music scene dito ngayon, after what happened from pandemic, like, wow, it's really like evolving na naman, masyadong busy, right? So, then, Wolf, you're saying something?
No, I just remember from my visit there that the the Pinoy musicians there are very serious, and they're very active. They're not. There's a lot of musicians here in LA, but they're not active. Um, so it's very well. It's not that it's hard to start a scene here. I mean, we're gonna play no matter what, but it's not as active as I remember Toronto being. Yeah, I mean, everyone that I met in that last trip I had, it's long ago, but they were all musicians, and they were
Yes.
not just a small group. They were a lot of people, and they were all musicians who were supporting each other. I guess maybe because Toronto is a smaller place than LA, because here in LA, if you're, hey, if you wanna, if the Mellow Dees are gonna play in downtown LA, if you live in the valley, even though it's only 30 minutes, you'll be like, layo, so
Nievera
there's
joined.
such a thing. Robin's back.
I'll come back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, wow.
What you were saying about the album?
I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, great.
what I was saying was whatever we're talking about, that's in the album. How many songs do we have?
8.
8.
8.
So yeah, I mean, what you'll hear is, I don't know, the word that we all threw out was lounge punk, which is weird, which is exactly what you'll get. The songs don't sound the same as each other, which is good. It's rock, you know what I mean? You get a bit of like, you get some solos here, you get a bunch of loud drums here, you get a lot of harmonies in another one. So it's like a good mix of a lot of kinds of rock in one album, which is good because we it's not just one flavor you get.
Yeah.
So you'll be a lot of songs nowadays, a lot of artists and bands nowadays, they only write one thing. They release a single, and then a few months later they release another single, and it's just for the sake of releasing a song. What we did was we built an album, which is like, for me, an album is like, can you listen to all songs in one go?
Yeah.
That's a good album.
Yeah.
So I feel like we did that. So when you listen to it, I mean, I didn't know we were starting with Reckless, which is the loudest song I
Restless.
think did I say Reckless?
Restless.
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 I wrote it, but I didn't name
That's
it.
his song.
I don't know what you're saying. But yeah, cool that we were starting with that. Like in my head, I would have made that either second to the last or the last. But it's cool that we're starting with that. So it's gonna be like I can't wait to hear all of it in like in the
Yeah.
order that it's gonna come out in because it's us telling a story. It's us trying to show you who we are, and it's us trying to give you guys an experience with your ears. So we hope that you'll enjoy it, and we hope that you go look forward to it the way we're trying to release it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Abangan ng lahat yan. Then, my question is like, comparing from before, because Philippines, releasing an album, it's more often than, we don't do this, like, releasing a single before. Walang mga ganon before eh. Single lang
Well,
and then,
yeah. Well, that's why the albums in the 90s parang nauso na naman ang album that bands would record albums because the record companies before signing the Eraserheads, they had the Dawn and Identity Crisis. That's all the bands that they had, and maybe yeah, and yeah, that's it. If you're talking about rock, there's only those two bands, and they were more on the new wave side. But then, as once the Eraserheads were signed, and then the other record companies discovered that there's this whole uh, community of musicians who are not who don't subscribe to mainstream ideas, mainstream media. So that's what happened. Everyone got scooped up because of the Eraserheads. I mean, we got scooped up right away. Uh, Razorback got scooped up right away. Everyone got signed. So it was so fast, and if you were lucky, you got to record an album. And going back to like what Robin said, it's like if you're in a band, a test of that band is recording an album. That's like one major test of if your band is actually good, and or you believe enough in yourself that you're going to record at least 8 songs, 8 to 10 songs. I mean,
Excuse me.
recording an album is not easy. I mean, we started this album. Drum tracks were recorded January of last year,
2022.
2022 January. So
Wow.
that's how long the album's been in production. So if you don't have the passion for it, you'll be like, after 5 months, it's like, oh, ano nangyayari dyan? Ayoko na. Yeah. But we happen to be passionate artists and very passionate about our music and our creativity. That we're gonna go through it and release 8 songs that just so happen to have a connection. And then now, uh, you know, it's a challenge, but yeah, man, I love doing it.
Wow. So after this album, are you planning to like do touring, like going back home, playing these songs for them again? Are you planning to do a tour?
Well, we're open to like this, like the invite that we got from Vaughn, right? This is definitely out of the country from where we are, diba? We're open to that. If we get an invite like this or from any place, actually, it doesn't matter if it's in Manila or or Japan, or it doesn't really matter where. I mean, as long as our schedules make it work, as long as the offer is good, enough for us to leave our families and to stop a few days of work so that we can to make it worthwhile, right? We're open to that. We do have live shows at least once a month happening here in our home, LA. And after the album launches in August, there will be other out of state, shows that we are welcoming. We're open to that.
Oh wow. So and after all of that, like, what's the master plan of the melodies? Any master plan, like
No,
continually,
there's
like
there's no master plan. There's just like it's like do the it's like do the best with what comes to us, because this the band was we didn't come together. We don't know each other outside of this until before the band. I knew who Melody was. I met her a couple of times. We were on a couple of productions. I only knew Robin as the son of the as Prince Nievera. That's all I knew of him. I didn't know he was this this great musician. Uh, so yeah, it's like
Yeah, we didn't know that we were gonna be a band that will actually commit to each other and actually come up with an album when we
yeah,
first
yes.
got together. So master plan. Right now, the plan is to just keep moving forward with with the album and then the songs and then gigs. Nothing big, nothing huge, but we accept shows and invites like this, the opportunity that we got from Vaughn, and then like I said, it because logistically, ano rin kami, we're really far from each other.
Oh,
We do have our own work schedules, we have our families and all that, but we can make it happen for the music, as long as, like I said earlier, it's worth for us to, just move away, not move away, to for us to, leave behind our families for a few days, perform out of state, out of the country for the music. We will do that.
yeah.
okay, wow. Then, syempre, finally, I just want to like thank you guys. Kasi I know, sobrang salamat. To be honest, I didn't expected this tonight with you guys. I just like comment on your TikTok. Sabi ko, can I have an interview? And then Mr. Wolf Himora responds. Then, syempre ako na post. Wala syempre kasi iconic yung nag-response back, then yun na. Then eto na tayo
Well,
ngayon. So
it's
I didn't
nothing.
expect that really, Mr. Wolf.
Oh, well, I didn't expect you to invite us to have an interview too. So it goes both ways, man. I mean, we're not in a high tower
Mhm.
and expecting people to grovel and kneel before us. Oh, we love you. No, it's like we're ordinary people who are artists and who have a creative outlet. So if people are interested in knowing about us, oh my God, then the pleasure is ours.
Yep.
The
It's
pleasure
an
is really
honor.
ours.
Sa
You
akin,
know.
it's an honor to be with you guys
Well, the honor
tonight.
is same with us, man. We're honored to be
Yeah.
here with you because you took the time out to set all of this up and to organize it. And it's not we don't take it for granted. We appreciate it.
Right.
Here, same here, Wolf, Melody, and Robin. Syempre, before I let you guys, like, syempre, could you please invite once again for your coming shows and syempre, yung album and singles.
All right, guys. We are the Mellow Dees. Please, we're so excited to see you, Ontario, next Saturday at the Fiesta Extravaganza. We would like to thank Von Canton for inviting us, and we can't wait to rock you guys out. Now, we are releasing an album in August, but in the meantime, we do have two singles out. It's called Laman and Runnin'. It's already streaming on all your favorite music platforms. We're going to have a new song that is launching this Friday and then another song in a couple of weeks. Please follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, or freaking Twitter and YouTube. So, will you be posting our link, Vince?
Yes. And
Okay.
then
Just
right now you have your website here above
yes,
the
Oh
please.
yeah,
screen,
that's right. Yeah,
the
Yeah. So
melody.
so yeah.
yeah. A
That
website. Yeah, you can if you get on the website, themelodies.com, It's
Yes.
the portal to everything.
Portal to
Melodies.
to our
to our
music
world.
and
Yeah.
to our world. And then we will also be selling some of our shirts.
Yes.
There's two designs, so
For sure.
And
we're going to
posters.
be selling shirts and posters on the show next Saturday. So we will have hopefully a table to place our merchandise. So guys, just anything that you guys can support us with, we will be so happy to take that in so that we can move forward with the album as well and any upcoming projects that we have planned.
Wow. Wow. So,
good.
yun. Thank you guys once again for
Thank you.
joining me here tonight. And then, syempre, kita-kits tayo. Then,
Next
your
Saturday.
merch, syempre. Kasi ang ganda ng design ng The Mellow Dees shirt. I saw it from your website.
Do you have a
So,
shirt
for
there,
sure.
Wolf? You can show? Wag na. Wala na. Nakatago sa box.
It's
Never mind.
downstairs.
Then just go to the website. Just go to the website,
Yeah.
themellowdees.com, and then just go to, I think we have a shop button there, and then you can see the shirts.
Yes. Okay. So, yun.
All right.
Guys.
Thanks, Jason.
Sorry.
Thank you very much, man. We
Thanks,
Thank you
appreciate it.
very
Vince.
much once
Thank
again,
you.
Robin, Melody,
Get that name,
Wolf,
Vince.
and okay. Until next time, guys, and then see you soon for sure.
See you Saturday.
I'll meet you guys there at the event.
Okay.
All right. See
We're
you, man.
excited. See you guys.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Ingat,
Goodbye.
ingat.
Oi,
Bye.
we have practice tomorrow,
Oh,
right?
practice tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Akala ko kasama na ako sa practice eh.
Oh, come. Tara.
Abang nandito
Yeah.
nandito na rin, di ba? Reminder.
Yes.
Okay.
6:10 p.m. Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.